Hey everyone, welcome back to Intermediate Financial Accounting 1. So in this and the next class, we're going to talk about PP&E, which is property, plant, and equipment. And here is the plan for today's class. So in order to talk about PP&E, we need to first talk about what is non-lived asset. And after that, we're going to move to PP&E. And with regard to PP&E, there's three major accounting questions. The first accounting question is, for an item, should we capitalize it or expense it? So whether to capitalize or expense. And if we decide to capitalize an item, what to include in the capitalized cost of that item? So that is the first major accounting question. The second major accounting question here is, if we decide to capitalize an item, then how to calculate depreciation for that item? So that is the second major accounting question. The third major accounting question here is, if we decide to capitalize an item, how to recognize impairment? So in today's class, we're going to talk about the first two major accounting questions. To capitalize or expense, what to include in the capitalized cost, and how to calculate depreciation. We're going to talk about the third major accounting question, how to recognize impairment, in the next class. So let's get started. First of all, what is non-lived asset? Non-lived assets, those are productive assets that derive their value from long-term use in operations rather from resale. So that is the definition of non-lived asset. And non-lived asset can either be tangible or intangible. So it can be tangible or intangible. And if a non-lived asset, it is a tangible asset, it is also called PP&E, which is property, plant, and equipment. So those are just, PP&E is just tangible non-lived asset. And let's look at some examples of PP&E. So please take 1 minute here. Please think of what are the PP&E, property, plant, and equipment you can think about. You can pause your video for now. So examples of PP&E. So we have buildings. That is an example of PP&E. Land is an example of PP&E. Equipment is an example of PP&E. And natural resource, so forest, those are examples of PP&E as well. And let's also look at an example of PP&E, the PP&E disclosure from Starbucks 2016 10K report. In note 7 of its 10K report to the financial statement, so it is breaking down, it is disclosing a breakdown of its PP&E. And please take 1 minute and look at this table here, what Starbucks disclosed. Can you tell me what is Starbucks' most important PP&E or its biggest PP&E for Starbucks? It is this one, the leasehold improvement. So it is what Starbucks is spending on decorating its stores to improve its stores. So that is leasehold improvement. And then what is Starbucks' second major, the second biggest PP&E? It is this one, the store equipment. So, but all of those, the third major one is furnitures. So, and then the next one is it's roasting equipment. And then Starbucks also have building a little bit of land and some work in progress. So those are the PP&Es of Starbucks. And then, so all of those adds up to PP&E gross. That is the gross value of its PP&E. However, the actual number disclosed on the Starbucks balance sheet for its PP&E, it is the net amount. And then the difference between net amount and gross amount, that is accumulative depreciation. So the gross PP&E minus accumulative depreciation, that is Starbucks PP&E, the net amount. And this is the number which Starbucks disclosed put on its balance sheet.